Canelo's size would intimidate anyone at 168 pounds, but Terence Crawford is changing that narrative. He's not just asking for the fight, he's shutting down the myth before it even begins. Crawford made it clear he plans to defeat Canelo with a message that cuts through all the noise. When he says, "I don't need a knockout, I just need the win," some take it as fear, but his real focus is victory. He's not chasing highlights, he's after results. In a sport obsessed with knockout power, Crawford is relying on patience and precision. He knows Canelo's strength is real, yet he also knows power alone won't decide this kind of night. The script is flipped. It's not about looking flashy, it's about being effective. If Crawford and Canelo step into the ring, don't expect a wild slugfest, expect a real fight. Crawford isn't trying to impress with talk of power, he's proving a point. Winning isn't about how hard you hit, it's about how sharp you are when it. Crawford isn't pretending size doesn't matter, he just doesn't let it bother him. He trusts his skill more than raw strength. He understands Canelo's punches may feel different, but that won't change his approach. For him, it's not about being stronger, it's about being better. Crawford believes his quick reactions, sharp accuracy, and fight IQ will be the real difference if they meet. He also questioned why people put so much weight on knockout power. He broke it down and reminded everyone that highlights and stats don't win fights.
People thinking just because a person punch harder than, another fighter, that they automatically gonna win. No, it's a lot of fighters that lost, and they punch way harder than the fighter that they lost to.
Crawford believes raw power isn't guaranteed to win once the bell rings. He's watched heavy punchers lose because they lacked timing, patience, or control. That mindset could be a problem for Canelo. Strength alone won't stop Crawford from chasing his goal. He's not focused on flashy moments, he's focused on the entire fight. That makes the matchup dangerous. He isn't just trying to survive, he's planning to fight and think smarter. Crawford also made it clear he doesn't underestimate Canelo. He's preparing for everything Canelo brings and sees beyond just his pound. Crawford knows exactly who he's up against. He respects Canelo's skills from his footwork to his body shots. When he steps into the ring, he's not just expecting a fight, he's preparing to teach a lesson. That's what makes this matchup so important. Both men can punch and think at the same time. If it happens, it won't just be about power, it will be about skill. Crawford's words went beyond boxing. He explained why he always chases the toughest challenges. His mindset is set in stone, he refuses to bend no matter who stands across from him. He's always ready to test him, Canelo, because of what they represent, not for fame or pressure. He wants to prove something real. He doesn't wait for easy chances, he goes straight for the toughest ones. Fighting Canelo isn't a business move for him, it's personal. That's why this matchup matters. It gives Crawford another chance to push himself further. If Canelo signs on, he won't just face another boxer, he'll face a man who truly loves to fight. Crawford's goal is more than climbing the ranks. He refuses to follow the usual path. His words show just how far he's willing. This isn't about collecting belts, it's about proving who's the best. Crawford has never cared for the safe route or the slow climb. His move to 168 shows exactly where his mind is. He wants the top fighters at their peak. A fight with Canelo wouldn't just be about Crawford, it would be about the risk he chose to take. He's chasing legacy, not attention. And he made that clear without numbers or size talk. He leaned on something stronger, his experience, it all before. His whole career has been about proving people wrong. Big names, big muscles, big hype. None of it ever stopped him. Crawford's belief doesn't come from talk, it comes from the fights he's already won. His confidence isn't ego, it's proof. He's ready to show Canelo that size won't decide the outcome. This fight isn't about who's bigger, it's about who believes more when the bell rings. In the gym, his coach's words fueled the fire. The training wasn't just physical, it was a reminder of exactly who Crawford is.
Omaha, stand up, north side. Let's go, you are champion. Take us to another level, champ. Huh? Another level. September 13th, we're going to another level. They wanted to stop us, but they couldn't. Huh, you see the sun shining on you? That's it, that's why the light on you. You deserve it.
This isn't about cameras, it's about the spirit of a fighter. The coach wasn't just trying to pump him up, he was speaking straight to his heart. He knows what Crawford is aiming for matters. This isn't just another fight, it's a chance to rise again in front of the world and reach a higher level. And it takes more than one man. Everyone on Crawford's team understands that. Canelo will walk in with a massive team too if he comes at full strength. Crawford's growth isn't only mental, he's also pushing his body to the limit. The way he trains shows he's willing to suffer now to gain strength later. Getting back isn't just about being tough, it's about sticking to discipline, even after brutal sessions like ice plunges. Crawford refuses to look for shortcuts. He knows comfort won't win this battle. Every ounce of pain he takes now will matter when the bell rings. Every second counts. These are not just workouts, they're statements. And if Canelo thinks this fight will be like any other, he may be mistaken. Even rising fighters like Colatin see it differently. He spoke plainly, giving only the facts.
I could give you a reason why Canelo could win, but I could also give you a reason why Crawford could win. So it's like, I don't know, it's just whoever's the better man that day.
This fight is tough to call, and that's what makes it special. Both men have the tools to win, and each brings something unique. It's not about fan opinions or past records. The outcome will come down to execution. When the lights are on and the gloves meet, nothing else matters. One mistake or one perfect punch could change everything. Canelo has already said what he plans to do, so there's no guessing. This isn't about winners or losers, it's about war from the opening bell. And it's real because both fighters are pushing the limits of their skill, pride, and focus. 12 rounds leave no room for error, every second matters, and one slip could cost the fight. If it goes the distance, key moments, not chaos, will make the difference. One fighter could fall just short, but still leave a lasting mark. This could be one of those classic battles where even after the final bell, fans argue about who really had the edge. Not everyone is playing safe either. Andrew Tabiti has already picked his side, saying he wants to prove a point by backing his man.
Canelo, I think that size plays an advantage. I think, his caliber of opponents plays an advantage, and I just think he can pull it off.
Choosing the underdog doesn't automatically mean being brave. What matters is valuing skill over size, and that's what TBT sees. He believes Crawford brings more than numbers can show. To him, fight IQ, timing, and movement matter more than raw strength. His support isn't just a gamble, it's respect for a fighter who has built a career on overcoming obstacles. If Crawford wins, it won't be a surprise to everyone. Many already believe he can pull it off, though not all agree. Floyd Mayweather, on the other hand, explained why he's siding with Canelo.
Canelo.
What are you thinking?
I think he has enough skills to walk him down and cut the ring off, especially if the ring might be smaller. I think he has more of it's on the weight alone.
Yeah.
I think that's where it is. And he can fight, and he don't get hurt.
He believes that both size and experience matter, not just small details. He's seen Canelo beat the best, which carries weight. The choice comes from trust in a champion's track record, not dislike. In a close matchup, having a big record, size, or strength can sometimes work against you. This fight isn't about who's favored, it's about who handles the challenge best. Canelo has proven time and again that he performs under pressure. When asked, Juan Herald didn't hesitate. Confident in his pick, he quickly chose Canelo. Watching Canelo's style made him believe he would win.
If they start doing a boxing match, I think Crawford has enough to outbox him too, because he's quicker off the block and he can lose his legs.
He's walking it back, Jeff. He's walking it back.
I'm gonna go with Canelo though. Canelo.
He believes Canelo's style of applying constant pressure will make it tough for Crawford to move freely. Canelo excels at closing the ring and wearing opponents down, especially in a smaller ring and with a natural size advantage, which makes the challenge even harder. Herald doesn't overlook Crawford's abilities. He simply trusts in Canelo's strength and focus. Canelo can't just rely on punches. His plan is to gradually tire Crawford out. If the fight is close, Canelo's combination of power and skill could tip the balance. Juan Herald recognized Crawford's talent, gave him credit, but still stood by his pick.
Champions, I think it's going to be a great fight, but there's weight classes for a reason. I think Canelo might edge it. Crawford though, I think he has the upper hand on the skill level, but I think Canelo also has skill and he also has the weight advantage.
Herald knows Crawford is fast, but he's also very smart. His speed and intelligence, especially for his age, give him what it takes to win in a straight-up fight. Herald, however, believes this matchup is about more than just quickness. He thinks Canelo's presence and constant pressure will make the fight increasingly challenging. It's not a criticism of Crawford's skills, just a recognition of Canelo's ability to perform at a high level. At this stage, even a small change in movement can decide the outcome. IBF world champion Angelo Leo was honest, saying the fight is close and full of layers. He believes both fighters are excellent, but small differences could determine the winner.
You know, I love Canelo. One thing about Canelo, he used to box better when he fought Floyd. He was a boxer then. Now he's more of a puncher. He'll wear you down. Catching him with Crawford is a problem. What I think? Crawford fast and sharp, southpaw, he moves a lot. You might have the punching power, but sometimes you need to pop away from this guy, go around. I'm going with Crawford with the speed.
Leo sees both fighters as elite professionals ready for a pound-for-pound battle, and he's not wrong. He leans slightly toward Crawford, seeing him as faster, more technical, and sharper. But it's more than a skills contest. Size, strength, and intelligence all matter. It's impossible to forget what Canelo faced against bigger opponents. Leo's pick isn't made lightly. He knows small edges can decide big fights. If Crawford wins, it will show skill can overcome size. Yet Canelo's past victories prove weight still plays a role. Don House, a longtime trainer, wasn't afraid to analyze Canelo's growth. While he respects the champion, he believes Crawford's abilities could create serious challenges.
Fight, bro. It's going to be a great fight. I'm leaning toward Terence Crawford. Now, that layoff, it's going to be a long training camp for Crawford. He hasn't had a rep in a long time. You understand? Crawford, Canelo stay busy. He fight every 3-4 months. So, he got training camp on top of training camp.
Don has watched Canelo both in fighting and in his punching style, and he knows the difference. He believes a quick and smooth opponent could set traps for the bolder Canelo. Crawford's speed, agility, and footwork might make Canelo chase shadows. It's not about power alone. The goal is to keep creating danger. Don doesn't see this as a strength versus power battle, but movement against pressure. He also thinks an upset is possible if Crawford maintains control. Juan Antonio Tarver, a former world champion, shared his thoughts too. While he leans toward Crawford, he pays close attention to the small details. Timing will matter more than raw skill in this fight. He believes it will be an exciting match and favors Crawford. Crawford will have a long training camp since it's been a while since his last fight. Meanwhile, Canelo fights every 3 to 4 months and keeps stacking training camps. Tarver acknowledges Crawford's skill and threat, but wonders how sharp he will be after a break. Doing nothing could be risky against a busy fighter like Canelo. Canelo keeps winning, but Crawford comes in fresh, and early rhythm and consistency could be key. Tarver notes that a long camp will challenge both fighters physically and mentally, so Crawford must be ready fast if he wants to win. Tarver also looked at Canelo, observing that for the first time in years, Canelo seems truly hungry for victory.
Look at Canelo's last few fights. He's going to have to step up a little bit and get back to the old if he's going to dethrone a hungry challenger like Crawford, bro. Crawford got the energy, he got the confidence, and I don't think the size is going to be the difference. I think it's going to come down to who wants it more. And I don't think Canelo been in there with a hungry dog like Canelo in a long, long time, bro. So it's going to be night and day compared to the fighters he's been facing.
Tarver believes the advantage comes from desire, not size. Crawford isn't just participating, he's coming in strong to prove something. Canelo, by contrast, hasn't shown the same passion in his recent fights. According to Tarver, this won't be about power or past rivalries. It will be decided by who wants it more. He favors Crawford because of his hunger, determination, and drive. If Canelo can match that energy, he could challenge Crawford, but a man chasing a legacy may push harder. Tarver made his choice after carefully evaluating both fighters, but he was honest. This fight is unpredictable. Anything can happen at any moment. If Crawford can't handle Canelo's power, the fight could swing fast, and that's part of boxing. Tarver trusts Crawford's skill and pacing, but Canelo's strength is always a threat. This matchup is a real test of skill versus power. Neither fighter is entering with guarantees. Tarver also reflected on legacy, noting that history will judge Crawford if he succeeds. He believes greatness is measured over a career, not a single fight, emphasizing that every moment in the ring counts and anything can happen.
Toward Crawford by decision, but if he can't survive Canelo power, it could be devastating. But that's boxing, bro. Yeah. That's boxing. We don't know what's gonna happen. May the best man win.
There's more to this story than just Canelo, and this part will be crucial. Tarver says the full story has to be told before greatness can be judged. Crawford is creating something new, but how it ends matters most. That's why this fight is so important. It could redefine how we see his impact. If he beats Canelo and keeps winning, he could become more than just one of the best fighters of his era. His skills might place him among the all-time greats, but only time and the rest of his journey will tell for sure. Now we're approaching the start of what could be one of boxing's most significant fights. Terence Crawford faces the powerful Canelo Alvarez. Crawford is a smart technician with ice in his veins. This isn't just a clash of styles, it's hunger versus legacy, power versus speed, and history against history. Conversations with fighters, trainers, and champions make it clear, no one knows how it will end. That uncertainty is what makes it so exciting. Canelo brings precision and power, while Crawford has a plan that could surprise the world. The real question is, when the bell rings, who will rise to the challenge? Can Crawford use his speed and smarts to survive the fire of 168 pounds? Can Canelo dominate the ring and prove why he's one of the best? Who wants it more when the lights are on? Share your thoughts below. Stand with the Mexican monster or ride with Crawford. Don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis, bold opinions, and behind-the-scenes insights. This isn't just a fight you watch, you can feel it coming. Ring that bell. Time is running out. Stay locked in.